Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Learn with Jason. Today on the show, we have Angie Jones. Angie, thank you
Hello.
so much for coming on the show. How are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
I'm doing so well. I'm super excited. So, for those of us who are not familiar with you and your work, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a automation architect. I specialize in testing strategies and techniques. I'm a developer advocate at Applitools and also director of Test Automation University, where we have free courses on all things testing. Also a speaker, so I do a lot of conference talks all over the world. And so I'm really excited to do this unpolished like Twitch with you, Jason, because my stuff is usually like very polished. I'm practicing all the time. So this is outside of my comfort zone, but that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, no, I'm like I'm feeling the other way. Like I'm relying on you to make me look more professional because I'm just. So what's up, chat? Hey, we got Chris in the chat, Jared Gould, Ron Choka. I don't know if I seen you before. Either way, welcome. Thank you all for being here. And I don't know if you noticed, but we updated the emotes in the chat, so the bearded corgi will now trigger the corgi count. So if you're a sub to me or if you're a sub to Chris Biscardi, you can now trigger your own corgi stampede. So get ready for that. Uh, and if you've never seen a corgi stampede, stay tuned. I think we're already halfway there. So that I think is probably a good point to let's start talking about actually doing some code. So today we're going to play with Applitools and Cypress. And so I'm familiar with Cypress from the ecosystem. I've done one or two things with it. I keep telling myself I'm going to be better about testing, and then I'm not. Um, and I've seen Applitools through Test Automation University, and that's something that's your project, right? Like you kind of led that.
Yeah, that's my baby. Um, Fortunately, it's sponsored by Applitools, so all the courses are free, and we have industry experts come and teach these like video courses that you take, on your own time. It's self-paced courses, but all of the different tools and technology, so in different programming languages as well. So whatever your flavor is, you come here, you find your learning path, and you do your thing.
Awesome, very cool. So do you want to tell us a little bit about probably? Well, actually, I don't even know where to start. So we're going to be using both Applitools and Cypress. I'm not 100% sure how all of that fits together. So do you
All
want to
right.
give us the landscape?
Yeah. Okay. So test automation, the king of the hill is Selenium WebDriver, right? So that's what everybody's been using forever. And within the last couple of years or so, there's been some new kids on the block, Cypress being one of them. Developers seem to love Cypress. So this was very interesting for me because we're always trying to get the developers to do some more testing and jump in, and they were kind of hesitant to do the Selenium thing, but they seem to really love Cypress. So Cypress is a testing framework. It allows you to write tests for your application. It's doing like they call it end to end. I'll say like more front end testing. You can also like test web services and stuff like that as well, but it's mostly used for like front end testing. You want to test
Mm.
your actual web app, right? Um, with this, you can do your tests in like your existing project. So with your tests, your prod code or whatever, you can put it there. Or traditionally, how we usually do test automation as test engineers, will have a separate project for the front end test. Either
Mm.
way, you can utilize Cypress for this. Now, Applitools comes in because it does visual testing. So Cypress, like all of the other test frameworks, they verify and interact with elements based on the DOM, the
Mm.
document object model. So they're digging under the code or inside of the code under the surface to make sure things are correct. For example, if you want to make sure some text is present on a screen, then Cypress will look in the DOM to see, is that text present on the screen? What Applitools does is looks at things from the surface level. So it looks at it just as our customers would use it and does a visual comparison. So is the text actually
Ooh.
displayed? And not only that, is it displayed the way I want it to be displayed, right? Or is it like bleeding off the page, which we see a lot with the different viewports and mobile
Yeah.
views and things like that. So that's where Applitools comes in. It integrates with whatever you have. So it integrates with Cypress, it integrates with Selenium, it integrates with whatever. And all the different programming languages as well. So it's an add-on to what you already have.
So is this so visual testing? I feel like I've seen this before. Is this where like I would get an image and it would be kind of like a ghost of my site, but it would show like a red outline where something had changed, or like the kind of the overlay of like, here's what it was before and here's where it is now and this is what changed. Are you sure that's what you meant to change?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
And this one, Applitools uses AI, which I really like, because
Ooh.
this is like visual testing isn't necessarily something new. There's been like a lot of products that do this, but a lot of them are using pixel to pixel comparison.
Right.
So it's like comparing this image to this image. Are they the same? If not, it throws a error, right? The thing with that is it's really flaky, right? So if you just think about any web app. There's things that's going to change in between regression runs. Like maybe the cursor is blanking in one picture, but not another picture. You know, things like that are not big issues, and you don't want to hold up your build because of this. So Applitools uses AI so that it only detects the differences that we care about as human beings, things that we would notice, and alerts us of those.
Cool. Very, very cool. Okay. So I'm ready to dive in. I wanna get my hands dirty. I got itchy fingers. So
Okay.
how should I start?
All right, let's start with Cypress first.
Okay. So I have Cypress.
Okay, you have Cypress installed. Let's just open up a project in VS Code or something.
All right. So let me make a directory. So I'll call this visual testing. I'm going to move into it, and I will, let's do like a yarn init. Okay, and then we'll open this up in VS Code.
Boom.
All right, so I have, there's really nothing going on in here. I just have a package JSON, and that's all. So, all
right, so we need to get Cypress in here.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one of the things, like, you do one time, you don't remember anymore. So let's go to Cypress. Let's go to Cypress.io, Cypress.io. And
should I just run this?
Are you there? You have it installed, right?
Well, I think I might have the
Let's
global.
Just start over. Yeah, let's just do it.
Okay, so I don't have it here. So do I install it locally or globally?
Do it globally.
Okay, so here comes Cypress. I mean, usually the chat will play the elevator music for us.
You didn't know? You got an all-in-one with Angie. I do this in my talks. I'll like start singing or like playing music or dancing.
I love it.
I'm like this in real life, like, so it's not an act.
Assume that's not a problem because we're still going. One of those optional dependencies, right? Maybe.
I don't know what Snappy is. Is that like a thing?
So I feel like I have this problem where I've done so many different installs of Node now. I had to a couple weeks back. I couldn't, every time that I would try to install anything, Yarn wouldn't be there until I reloaded my bash profile. So I had to like go spelunking into my computer settings to figure out why the hell that was happening, and finally got that fixed, which was nice. But now we have Cypress.
Nice. Okay. Now we need in VS Code, we want to have some packages. Let's see. So Cypress, oh gosh. Usually there's like all these folders. Let's create blah blah blah.
Should we do like a Cypress and knit or something? Or how do they do it?
How to start testing a new project. All right. If you go to, where are you? Go to the docs at the very top.
Docs. Okay.
Yes, yes. And getting started and
Installing.
yes. Okay, great.
Okay, so I've installed.
Boom.
It wants me
CD
to.
your project path. What is this?
Oh, so
Your
this wants to
project.
be a dev dependency. It should be in the cache, so this should happen fast, I hope. Yes. Okay. And then what? Already run npm init. Yeah, I did that. So then, yeah, we did. Okay. No,
Did that.
I've installed it. Now what?
All right. Opening Cypress. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right.
Oh,
Do
okay.
this.
Okay, so I'm going to run yarn bin Cypress open. Good. Ooh.
All right. Where is this stuff? Okay, so this is when it opens, it creates like all of this like template type stuff for you. But I want this to be in VS Code. So this is
Yeah, it
where's
looks
this
like.
live now? Oh, there it is. There's
Yeah, we
Cypress.
got it
Okay,
now.
boom. All right, bam. We're cooking with grease now. All right. So now let's just start. You want to jump in? We can start writing some tests. Now, let me tell you about these folders. So that integration folder is where people typically put their tests. So all of these JS files under here are like examples, right?
Okay.
We don't have to. Is that there's an integration examples folder. So let's make you don't have to make another. Make another file right here.
Okay.
And what do we want to test it to do? MVC app?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so call it whatever you want to do, test or something.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. I put it in the wrong folder. All right, let's get this out to just integration.
So right under, yeah.
Calm down. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we're VS Code is being really helpful about like collapsing empty folders into just the hierarchy. Yeah. But then I'm like, well, but I want to put a thing
right
here. Okay,
right.
I'm ready.
All right, great. Okay, now let's go to the app.
Go to the app.
To do MVC on a browser.
Oh, got it. Okay. And now there was one, it was like to do MVC for testing. Is this right?
What is this? No, what is this?
I thought you wasn't there one you told me. What am I doing? Okay, what am I doing? All right. I thought we had one.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, I didn't even notice that that app for testing thing. Okay, you were right, but it has dashes in it. To do MVC dash app dash for testing dots. Okay. You can just click one of those. Click one.
All right, let's just click one. I know React, so that's probably going to get us more.
I don't like this thing on the side.
I think I can just go straight to it, right? Or
Is this... Okay, I don't like none of this. Okay, let's do. All right, I'm gonna give you the URL. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So after to do MVC, delete everything else.
Okay.
Boom. Okay. Dash. App.
Is it this one here? App for testing.
But don't click enter.
Okay.
Dot. Surge. .sh.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Nice. Okay.
Right. Does this give us a? Do we have a? Yeah, we do have a secure version. All right. So now we have.
This is our app, right? So we want to go here. Let's go back to code. And to open something in Cypress, Let's first like start a test though. All right. So do you have like Mocha and stuff? I think it might come with this.
I think
Type
yeah.
describe.
No.
All right.
So is it like here?
Yeah.
I do.
Describe. Boom, boom. Yeah. And then put something in the. I like want to touch your screen. Okay. So before the parentheses, yes, right there, you're gonna put a string, which is like, what's this sweet? Yes. So whatever, filtering to do items or something like that.
Okay.
All right, great. Okay, so inside of here, we're going to do it.
Okay, so it, and then I just say what it does, right?
Right. Again, another string.
So what should we test first?
Let's do adding one. Adding an item.
It maybe adds a to-do item.
Yes.
Okay.
Boom. Exactly. All right. So here's where the Cypress part comes in. So you can do, to open a page in Cypress, you do sci.visit. Sci is the object, the Cypress object, and there's all sorts of functions there that allow you to interact with the browser. All right. Okay. So let's just test this much now. So on your console or the terminal, let's do npx Cypress. Okay. I think it's nps Cypress open or open Cypress npx.
I think I can. Yeah, the npx would use the global, so I'll just use this local one.
Okay, boom.
Let's see.
Okay, wonderful. So it'll show you all the tests you have, and we can collapse that examples, and you see yours. Yep, you click it, and now it brings open like this special window. So your app is in.
Go away. I don't want that. Okay.
Your app is on the right side. Your test is right here, right? Yeah. So it's already running. It ran like very quickly. And that's because we weren't like really doing anything besides opening it up, right? So the great thing about Cypress is you can like test your stuff as you're developing, right? Which is why some people like include it within their dev code.
Mm.
All right, so we can just leave this open and continue on testing. And as we're testing, we just like look back at this window to make sure stuff is working as we're coding. All right?
Yeah, I'm into this.
Great. Okay, so you can inspect this, you're gonna need to like interact with the elements. So you need to get like identifiers or locators for these elements. And you can do that in this Cypress window itself or open another one. So I'm typically used to opening another one, but let's use Cypress.
Okay.
Yep. How did you know? See,
I saw this little target. It felt right.
That's exactly right. Okay, so you're gonna click that and then click whichever item you want, and it'll give you like how do you get to that? Look at that, right? So you have the command, you can copy that, you put that in your code.
What? All right, so I'm gonna make this a little smaller. How small is it gonna let me get? That's as small as it's gonna let me get away with. Okay, so I have my.
We don't gotta look at that thing. We don't have to look at that Cypress thing. We can switch. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right, so yep, after that, add that new line. Okay, so that's going to give you a handle to the element, and now you want to type inside of it. So you do a dot type. Yep, and then give it whatever string you want to put in. So let's add some tasks there. What tasks we want? What up, chat? Boom. Okay, now when you type inside of here, I shouldn't have spoiled this. I should let you like tumble, huh?
No. You're here to teach me. We don't have time to watch me tumble.
All right. Okay. So when you type in here, nothing happens, right? If you did this in real life, you have to click enter afterwards. So you need to put that you want to type you want to hit the enter key. You do that, and within curly braces, you write the word enter right there in that string. So after your question mark, yep. Curly braces enter. I don't know if the space matters. I just like that. Boom.
Okay, all right, let's run that. If I save this, you're just gonna do my thing. Holy shit!
No, this is rock. This will work.
Yes. That is That's so much easier than I expected it to be. I'm not gonna lie. Holy
Okay.
buckets! Did that just work?
What are these animations? That is so cool. I
Yeah,
need
this
to
is.
level up, Jason. All right, boom. Okay, so we entered a thing. Now we want to verify that the thing is actually there, right?
Yes.
Okay, so to verify that it's there, do side dot. And there's a bunch of functions on here that you can like make sure stuff is doing like what you want it to do. So we can do side, let's see what's here. Side dot.
So I don't think I have
Oh, the
autocomplete.
IntelliSense. Okay, look
So
what you
I'm
do. Let me give you a
wondering.
little trick. At the top of this file.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me. Oh no. Oh God. Help. How do I hide it? I knew this button once. Hide the sidebar.
What are you
B.
doing?
B is the button. I just wanted to do that. That was all I wanted.
Oh, that's pretty cool. All right.
All right. I'm at the top of the file.
All right. So do 3 slashes like comment. Yeah. And then you're going to do open angle bracket and reference.
Like full reference?
Yeah. And then space types equals quote Cypress.
What?
And then close it, like for real, close it with a slash. Boom. Okay, so I think this will give us IntelliSense. Do side dot now. Yeah.
Oh my God. Angie, you've just like a whole new world just opened up in my brain.
Yeah.
I had literally no idea that was possible.
All right, so now everybody will test their code. The end. We can wrap it up now. No, I'm kidding. All right.
How? How is it? I'm not like I expected to have my mind blown, but I didn't expect it to happen multiple times.
Okay, so we want to make sure that item is there, right?
Yes.
So we can do let's see. So we do side dot get, and we want to get that item. So let's go back to Cypress and see like what is the locator for the actual to do.
All right, so I'm gonna click this button again.
Yeah.
Go in here. No, maybe not that one. Toggle.
Yeah, I want that.
We do want the label?
Yeah, I think I want the label. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're calling them, right?
Okay.
Copy that to clipboard. All right, and put it in the code. Get label. Is that what I want?
I'm
Let me look on my thing. What would I do? Boom, boom. Where is this? Okay, let's see. Inspect. Oh, it is a label. Yes. Okay. It's a label. And that label contains clean room. I'm kind of cheating. I'm looking on like Chrome DevTools as opposed to Cypress, but
look,
cool.
we are
this.
This is real dev. We don't have to remember any of this. We're just trying to make it work. Like,
that's exactly right.
You leave me alone long enough, I will end up on Stack Overflow. That's
all right, and then let's do a dot. You have the dot. Okay, so there's some like verification methods in Cypress as well, like a should, for example.
Should.
Yeah, you see those little, maybe that color means like these are verifications, because what does that mean? Does that mean something? Blue versus purple?
I don't know. Let's see. So this is a method. This is a property.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So should is also a function.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then you're going to say should something. So, yes. So this is where like you go on Cypress site. I don't have these things memorized at all. There's like a million trillion of them. So I know like I want this label to have some certain text. So inside of here in quotes, we'll do a Have, and I think this has intelligence. Yeah.
Oh
Okay, so
my
then boom, boom,
goodness.
boom. So have dot and I think text. Yeah. Have text and then comma after this string. And then what is the text you expect it to have? Yep. And don't put the enter, of course. Right. Okay. Let's see. Did it run? And then boom, look, it's already running. Look at you, Jason,
I'm a
killing it.
professional tester.
You see?
All right. Okay. All right.
All right, let's mess it up, Jason, because this is what we do. We test our test. So we want to make sure like this is not lying to us. So we're going to change that assertion from what up, what did you say? What up, chat? Do like, I don't know, delete one of the letters or something.
Okay, we save it.
And see, it's taking a little longer, and this has failed this time, and it's telling you what the error is.
Awesome. And that's good. And so now we can also like we can step back through this, right? Like, okay, so this is the visiting
How did
step.
you know? Look at you. This is
I started hovering and it was like, oh, this is gonna let me click, isn't it?
Yeah, shout out to the folks at Cypress. They did a really good job.
Type. And then it's there. And then you just get to go. It's like, oh, this is amazing.
Right?
Okay, and so then if I
see your reaction is how developers act with Cypress, and then they're like, "Oh, I want to write tests,"
being able to I feel like this is the same feeling that I got when when Redux first came out, and you saw that like time travel thing where you could like go do whatever you wanted in the app, and then you could just click a rewind button and like undo all the things that you had done in a web app. And it didn't take like this. It didn't take magic. It was just like, oh, I can just like get the previous state and the previous state, and this feels the same way. It's like it's this kind of hard thing that becomes very easy.
Yeah,
and I love those moments.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here's the thing. We as human beings, we can look at this and we feel really good. It's green. We're like, yeah, we got a test. Boom. Now, there's a lot of things that's going on inside of our head that we are not explicitly aware that we're actually verifying. For example, what if this would up chat appeared twice? Our test would still pass because don't add it.
Oh, I don't get
what if it was
that.
What if it was some goofy bug, that just when you added one, it added it twice. Our test wouldn't catch that because it says, does the label have it? Yep, it has it. Boom, you're good, right?
So if I do that, does it do it?
What happened?
I don't know.
Did you fix the assertion again?
I thought so. Expected label to have.
I think it only did it once.
Oh, it pulled out both.
Oh, okay. I don't like that.
That changes the way. So now we got to do different tests, right?
Yeah. Or in this same test, right? So add take that second type out, even without goofing it up.
Get it out of here.
Even without goofing it up, we want to make sure like this is the only thing that appeared, right? So let's add one more assertion to this same test. So your test, like people will say, your test should test one thing. And that's true. It should test one thing, but there could be like multiple assertions to test that one thing. So I want to make sure that the text actually is there, but I also want to make sure it's the only thing there.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I got you.
All right. So after line 7, let's just add one more new line.
Doing it all in a different. Okay.
Yeah. Just like that.
Like this.
And let's see if this will work. Should. Should. And then there's a have dot length, I believe.
Have dot length.
Start typing have and let's see.
Have dot length.
Yeah, that one. Boom.
I just put in one.
Yeah, but I'm thinking label. I don't know if label is the right one. Let's just run it and see. That's the great thing about this. It runs so quickly. Okay. And change it to 0 or 2 or something. Make sure it fits. Okay, great. So that looks right. Okay, good. So that's a much more solid test, right? We make sure that the thing we added is there, and also that it's the only thing there, right?
Yeah, and so now if I do this, well, it'll still fail because it's
You
going to
are
grab that.
dying to do this. My
Oh yeah,
gosh.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll stop. I'll behave.
Okay, do that, but put a different word, a different item. I never tried to type like two things like this. I'm so Angie. Correct. Okay, that did work. Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, that's really good. So, okay, now because that thing is grabbing like all of that together, that lets me know that this label, while it was working in one case, this doesn't feel like a really good locator for these items. I don't want them all in one string like that. So let's see if we could get a better locator.
Okay.
I'm looking around in my DOM. To-do list. Okay, let me show you how to like level up on this. So I wonder if you could do the DOM in here. Right click
Right click.
and do inspect.
Yep.
Chrome DevTools. Close that. What's new? Yeah. So those elements. Yeah. And then yep. All right.
Okay.
So you see that label, right? But this is under an LI, so it looks like those are list items for each of the tasks. I like that a whole lot better. Don't you?
So you want the LI?
I want the LI. Let's do that one instead of the label.
Okay.
And then we could do like, since there's two of them here, we want to specify like which LI we're talking about, right? So we could do LI.
Oh, wait. It doesn't
What?
like that.
You're so funny. Okay. I'm in my DOM. Let's see.
So it took, I think there might be more LIs in here somewhere. Because it's like, it said it found 4.
Okay, let's do Control F right in here. You can test your locators inside of the DevTools. Yeah. All right, just type LI. Well, do let's see.
String selector or XPath. I wonder how you do. Do you have to quote it or something to get a selector?
Well, depends. So if I were doing, I'm gonna do XPath. You can do // and then LI, and so this will find like all of the elements.
Ooh, okay.
So there's 13 of those.
Yeah.
All right. So then we want to just like qualify it in some way. So we could say, go back to the LI. Go back to this specific one and let's see how else we can enhance this locator.
Okay. So we
All right.
are. Wait, where did it go?
Jason, use your little magic wand.
I need to do something.
At the all right, yeah, boom, and then click it. Boom.
Got it.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
this is under, go up a little bit. All right, yeah. So that class is to-do list. So let's first start with the class in the no, let's test it in the
you want to do it here. Sorry.
First. All right, so Control F, boom. All right, do dot to-do list, and then yeah. So boom.
Got it. Okay, yeah.
2? Do we have 2 items?
Do we have 2 items? What else is it finding? Oh, it's finding it in here.
Oh, okay, that doesn't matter. All right, great. So, but still, if we added like 2, like you're doing in your test, we're gonna have 2 of those. So then we need to quantify it with like an index or something like that.
Okay.
So I think we can do like colon, or try. I don't know if this works. Try like an array index and do like 0.
Okay, so I'm doing.
Not in there, Jason.
Gee, sorry.
Jason, you're not used to testing. I see.
I am 100% not used to testing.
So we're right now we're testing this guy out. Okay, I don't like that. All right, take that out.
Do do you want to use I think there's an nth child.
Yeah, let's do nth child.
Okay, and
I
that's
hate
on.
using nth child. Like, okay, just for the record, like I try not to do that but we'll do it in this case just to get going. You got it?
Okay, so that worked.
One
But
of one, right?
Now, yeah, 101. And now
All
I'm
right,
really
great.
curious what.
Why I don't like to do that?
Yeah.
In this specific case, because we're looking at the list items under here, this is okay. But in general, I don't use indexes in my locators at all, because if the structure of the page changes in some way, like sometimes people say, find me the nth child div, for example. Like I'm looking for the third div in the page. Well, this is a application that's going to change. If that becomes the fourth div at some point, now my tests are working.
Yeah, so kind of getting away from the structure of the HTML.
Try not to like depend on the structure of the HTML.
I understand.
But in this case, we're saying like list items. We know based on this class, this is the list items. This seems safe. Okay.
I get you. Okay.
All right. So let's grab this guy.
Okay. Now do I move back into the Cypress talks?
Now you can go back. We tested our locator, and now we're good to go, right?
Okay.
Boom. Okay, so you type the one.
Oh.
Type the second one, that little thing you wanted to do so bad.
Yes.
The type two things. All right, and make that something else, like, yeah. All right, now let's see what happens. Oh, and we wanted two. Yeah.
But so this one we don't want the nth child because that'll just get the one.
Oh yeah. You're smart. Okay. Very good. And what does that do? Oh, that still failed. Okay.
What doesn't it like?
Timed out. Expected li. What do you see?
Okay, so
because it's 0.
It flipped it on us. So the most recent thing goes to the top of the list. So we got to get the second one, or we just need to swap this order. Like
it's not the first one no more, right? See, that's why I don't fool with these indexes. But yeah, go ahead.
Hey, it worked. Okay,
all right.
So when we get the order right, we're great.
Right. Okay. All right. You want to write a new test, or you want to go to Applitools?
Ah, son of a biscuit.
Okay. All right. So this, I think this is great. Like this kind of shows the idea. We're getting into what we're talking about.
Perfect.
And it also, like, I think the thing about a lot of this sort of UI style integration or end-to-end testing is trying to understand why you would do it, right? And so I think that this is a really good example of why you would do that. You want to make sure that if I fill out this form and I hit enter, I'm going to get a to-do item, right? And so that's what we're testing here. And I really like kind of the practicality of that, because it gets away from this idea that tests are like testing the code. Tests are to verify an outcome. Like I wrote an app to do a thing.
Exactly.
But it doesn't matter what the code is. It matters that the thing did the thing.
That the thing did the thing. That's exactly correct. And let me tell you some observations I made while we were doing this. You got really excited when things were easy to do and figure out. Mm-hmm. And we both got a little frustrated and flustered, not like overly, but it wasn't as fun when we were trying to like, oh, how do I get the label, and is this the right element? Oh no, that's not. And we dig all in the you know what I mean? So that made the development of this much more difficult and time consuming. So that's where Applitools comes in for multiple things. Number one, it's going to test more than we could have. So remember when we just were testing that label, I said, but Jason, what if something happened? What if like two of these things came up? So we added another assertion there, right?
Right.
So that becomes more code we need to write and maintain. Not only that, we had to dig in the DOM and like find this stuff. So the beauty of Applitools is two things. One, I don't have to do like any of that. I don't have to like dig in this DOM and all of this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I can do my actions and then forget writing like all of these assertions for things that I do think of and things that I don't, right? It wasn't apparent to us right off the bat that, oh, make sure that there's only one item there, right? That's a lot of like mental processing we have to do for every single test. Like, am I thinking of all the things that I am looking at subconsciously as well? Right?
Yeah. Well, and like we had to learn so much about the context of the app, like the fact that these things rendered in different order. It's all like they're all easy things to learn, but each thing is a tiny mental hurdle that we have to clear. That's like it's not really testing what we wanted to test. It's now we're starting to test other implementation details, which, as you've said, that's making our test fragile.
Right. And then it just isn't that fun anymore. Like sucks the joy out of it. So Applitools will like look at this visually. So we say, enter this text, take a picture. I look at the picture as a human being the first time, like, yep, it's beautiful. That's what I always want my app to look like. I don't have to write all of these assertions anymore. Not only that, even though we did all of those mental exercises to make sure we had like this great coverage, whole bunch of other things could go wrong too. Like, what if this is the wrong color? What if this text is like bleeding off? What if it's flipped upside down? What if it's like stretched and the two items are like overlapping each other? A million things could go wrong, and who wants to write all those assertions? Some of them you can't even, right? So that's where the Applitools comes in, and we're going to use like this kind of snapshot testing to do it. So let's get Applitools. Go to applitools.com.
Okay, I'm gonna sign up.
All right.
I agree. I okay. Let me be straight with me. Is this cool? Like, are we? It's
yeah. It's cool.
All right. Okay. Angie vouched for it. I'm in.
All right.
Crap,
so you go here.
Okay. Give me a second. I gotta pull up my thingy.
Pull up your GitHub.
Yeah. All right. Everybody, just don't look.
Everybody,
everybody
look
away.
Eyes.
We're getting there. All right. Find all my like shadow GitHub accounts in here. Okay. Here, and in we go.
Jason, there's a thing.
A thing?
You hackers, you dirty hackers.
How did you open this? How did you open 1Password? There's like command pipe, and it'll just like autofill it for you.
Yeah, I'm using a guest browser that's not hooked up to 1Password, so I have to step through the extra things, because otherwise all my browser extensions start to help and they break the example code, and I found that it's just easier to turn all of them off.
All right.
Okay, we're here. We're in. We're going.
All right. Now, for the people who are watching, you don't have to like connect with GitHub. If you want to just do your email address, that's cool too. All right. So we're connecting now, and you got in your account. Please wait. Boom, boom, boom.
Account created. I will be redirected.
Beautiful.
Sure, here we go.
Now, get off of this. That's a nice little boom, boom. Tutorials, yada yada.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna skip all the onboarding because today you are our onboarding.
All right. So in the upper right corner, click on that little person icon. By the way, this is your Applitools dashboard. This will keep like all of your images and stuff.
Okay.
And then go to my API key.
Okay.
All right. And you're gonna copy that.
Okay. And
so
now,
you need your API key to do your checks, and you're going to put this in your code base.
Okay. And so I'm going to need to cycle this after the
leave this open. Right? Leave this open.
Okay.
Cycle it. What does that mean?
Like the API key, I'm going to have to like generate a new one because I just showed it to everybody.
You didn't? Did you?
Well,
I thought it was hidden.
It popped up.
Oh.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. They won't steal it.
Over.
They can go get their own free one. Like, don't steal Jason's, people.
Yeah, don't use my free account when you can have your own free account.
You can have your own free account. You know what I mean? All right. So what I want you to do is store this in an environment variable, so you don't put this in your code.
Okay.
Can you make a new environment variable and call it specifically? What is this?
I
never knew this was a thing.
Doing an environment variable?
I just didn't know how to do that. I like go to my terminal and like make a real life variable. But
I see.
That's interesting. Okay, do your thing.
Oh wait.
You
Oh.
gonna
Ooh. So check this out. I got a new
what?
thing to make my environment variables more secure.
Yeah.
John Papa released a VS Code plugin that hides your secrets. So anything inside
You
of
know, I saw
here
a tweet on
is
that.
hidden, right?
That's pretty cool.
How cool is that? It's
Yeah.
very. I was thinking of something else and stopped
All
writing
right.
the same thing.
Call this Applitools _ How did you know? _key.
API underscore key.
Yeah, no, you were right.
That's
Like
just.
this.
I think that means that you have intuitive variable names, which is
Very
good.
nice. All right.
And then
so
to make this usable, I'm going to stop this and I'm going to yarn add.env. Okay. And am I going to write tests in here somewhere? Like how does Applitools fire this up? Because that'll
they're
change.
just going to look in your environment variables, and if you have that key stored, then it'll grab it from there.
Okay. And does it do that by running like a start command in this repo or something?
I don't know. No, because I don't have this. Like, so I just go to my terminal, make the new API key variable, and store it that way, and it picks it up.
Okay. Okay. In that case, let me pull this off screen real quick, and I'll just put this in my environment.
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna open up my bash RC, and I'm going to just I'm gonna export a new environment variable. So let's do that. And let's see. How
All right.
fast
I'm
can
gonna
I
check
use
check the Twitch.
Applitools API key?
Jackie says he wants your free account.
You can't have it. Okay. All right. I think that's set. Let me echo.
Everybody's talking about Papa's secret thingy.
It's so good. Okay. Resource the bash RC, and that definitely. Oh, this one. All right. Okay. So that worked. I now have Applitools API key in my environment variables so that we can actually use it.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so let's go back to code.
Okay.
And let's add Applitools in. All right, open this big so we can see what we're doing. And do your little thingy that closes that side view. There we go. All right, so if you go back to your to-do spec.
Okay. Well, let me close this too then.
Oh, I think you got to do something else.
Do I need to like
Cypress? Hold on a second. Let me see. Let's go to applitools.com.
Okay.
Go to open a new window. So this is your dashboard, but I want to go to their docs.
Okay.
All right. And documentation, see Cypress, second to last one. Yeah.
Got it.
All right. And let's see how we go down a little bit. Do number 6. Let's see. All right. So you want to do that.
Okay. So let's yarn add dev. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, and do the setup.
Setup. Okay, so that's done.
All right, that's it.
This is the best API method. Holy, that's so good.
Isn't that so good? Jason, I'm always like, okay, to start, we're going to open our eyes. All right, just copy this whole thing.
Okay.
And let's add that to our test. So let's make a little before thingy. So after describe, yes, there is, what is it called?
Before all or before each?
Before each or something like that. And then there's just like a regular before too, right? All right, boom.
It's like this, and then I just drop this in.
Yes. Okay, great. So side dot eyes open, and let's give our app name like to do. Let's fix it up nice.
Okay.
All right, and your test, whatever you want to call it. So you can put this like within your it itself, or you can put it like at this before level. All right,
Okay.
great. Okay, good. Now, so that will open it up, right? So that starts everything out inside of our test itself. So after we've done the actions, which is line 14 through 16, 17 and 18 are our verifications. We can get rid of those now and instead do the visual check. So comment them out. So
comment them out. Comment them out.
you could delete if you want.
No, I like this. Okay, so let's
let's do side dot. Yeah, these are the old way. Yes.
Okay.
All right. Side dot. Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. Side dot eyes check window. And I don't think this part is in the intelligence. It's all one function, one word.
Oh, I got you. Check.
Eyes.
Window.
Yep. Like that. And that's it. It's a function. And that's it. And
Okay.
then that does the magic. So that's going to take the picture of your app. It's going to, and for Applitools, like it'll send the image to their cloud, so you're not storing this stuff locally.
So
and
hold up. Okay, so you're telling me?
Yeah, you just did all your verification. That's what.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, and we need to close our eyes after this. So let's do one more line of code. Let's do an after each, like maybe put it right after that before, whatever. After each, and we're going to say side dot eyes close.
It's so good.
Yeah. Okay, so that does those two assertions plus everything else we didn't even think about, right?
Okay, so now I'm gonna.
Now let's run it,
and
like everybody, cross your fingers that this works.
Where did we end up here? Okay.
What's going on?
That's just me hitting buttons. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we're gonna open up Cypress again.
Yes.
Okay. So
we got to pick our test.
We got that. No, that one's not open. Okay, so here.
And I usually delete that whole example folder, y'all, so that I don't have to like.
Yeah, I think that's a.
All right, so let's see. Your key is missing. It did not find your Applitools API key.
What?
We closed our eyes, Jason. Did you save it?
I thought so.
There may be something. What else did that thing say? Cypress.
Did I? Let me check here. Did I save .env? I did. So I'm going to put in this. I'm just going to see what happens if I require .env, and then we'll config. And then I can actually look at this because John Papa rules. And we can see that that variable should be there. So let's try it again. If I just tell you to rewrite, you still don't like it. Come on, man.
You exported it, all of that good jazz, right? So no, it's all okay.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess I need to cycle this anyways, but like if I, wait. I think I know what I did. Let me source bash rc to make sure that it's actually in. All right, let's try that again and see if it works this time. Turn it off and on again to reboot. You know when you have you ever had like have you ever watched the Muppets? Like how they've got the two old men whose names I forget who stood up in the balcony and heckle.
No. The Muppets, yes.
Yeah. Like they just like heckle everything, and that's basically like Nikki in the chat. That's one of them. All right, so here's my eyes
your
check
test is
window.
done, right? So Go to that Applitools dashboard that you had open. So that's where you're going to see like your images and stuff.
All right. Was this one?
And do this refresh. And then boom. So there's your test, right? And notice here the status says new. And it has like all of this information about like your environment, your OS, blah, blah, blah. And you open this up. Click on the image. And you can see it like bigger and do more things here. So you don't have to come here at all, but I like to just come make sure the image actually looks like what I expected.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, you're saying, yes, this is my golden image for every regression run I ever run after this.
Okay.
I expect it to look like that. And that's it. Like literally, that's it.
And so now if I break my test, it would. Because if I change some text,
yeah. Let's change
the
text. Let's change the text. Very good.
So let's do that by writing in here. We'll typo. So we'll get back out here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. It failed.
Something went wrong.
Right? Now, if you ever want to see like what went wrong, it shows you like some messages there like we saw, but you could get even more info by looking in Chrome DevTools. So if you right click and do inspect and then click on that, the console, it'll show you like and so you see here, it says like there's visual differences. It even includes a link to your dashboard, right? So if you didn't have this up, boom, it'll take you there. Now, you don't want to do it in this Cypress Ghost browser because you're not signed in.
I'm going to copy the link, and then we'll just come over here.
Right.
That didn't work at all. I'm just going to reload.
Just close this and refresh.
That link works.
Right. All right. So this is saying it's unresolved. Why is it unresolved versus fail? Because you're the human being and you're smarter than AI, right? So they want you to come here and verify, like, did your app change? Or is this a real bug? So, okay, we're looking in here. Now, it's showing you this image. Look, you're already on it. So you can toggle this, or you can do that little arrow and see them both side by side, which is how I do mine.
Which one?
Right next to that toggle you were doing.
Here?
The same thing. Okay, you see the little, boom. And
show.
So I like to look at boom.
Okay, I got you.
And then up in the toolbar, you see the highlight diffs.
Mm-hmm.
Click that and it'll like it'll show you like exactly what's different if you couldn't like amazingly see it by yourself.
That's so good. That's like when you can't figure out where your mouse is and you like do this and it gets real big.
Right. Okay, great. So I can't remember if this is a free feature or not. Let's see. You see in the toolbar under view, you see the code little icon?
This one.
That one. Do that. Click it. And this is root cause analysis. Now, it's saying that you have to click on the thing or whatever. So click on a diff. Yeah, okay, it is free. Look at that. So now, and this is so good. In this text part, this is like obvious, but when you have something like a bigger, more complicated page and you're like, what exactly changed to make, like, I see the visual difference, but what happened in the code that made it like this? Then it'll give you like the before and afters with the DOM and all of that stuff. So you see like, oh, some CSS file change. Like it'll even give you like the CSS and stuff, like some CSS file change.
Okay.
This was the value before, this is the value after, and you know exactly to kind of go find that.
Can we build that real quick? Like, can I just
really
make a little HTML site or a little HTML page? I want to see this so bad. Like, it's incredible. All right, let me just, I have a snippet thing that'll just build a page.
Oh, do you? Look at you, you're so fancy.
Snippet, HTML. Come on, don't be like that. Snippet. I know you got a snippet.
This is so much fun. Twitch.
Okay.
Let's see what the people talking about.
Doc type HTML, and then we'll just do like HTML. And I'm going to not ship valid HTML. I'm sorry. Do I need a head for it to render? I don't care.
I don't think you do.
Let's do a div. Okay, and so I'm gonna give this div like a class of wrapper, and then inside we'll do like an h1, and we'll say like hello chat. And actually, I think that's enough, right? Because then up here, I can do in the head, we'll do a style tag, and we can say that the wrapper is going to have like a padding of, we'll say 100 pixels, and a border. Okay, so we have built a beautiful website. And then if I go into here and I do, we'll just do like an HTML spec.js. Then if I
look at you all by yourself, I'm so proud. I'm a proud mama right now.
I live for that praise. All right. Okay, so I'm describing simple HTML visual diff testing. And then in here, let's see if I can do this from memory. We want to do before each. I want to sci.eyes open. Oh, I was supposed to give it information though. I'm going to copy that. So we have here. All right. Put this in here. Let's close this down a little bit. And then I have, let's see, test. Then we're going to, after each, side.eyes close.
Yes.
Okay. And then we want to, what, just checks the
Check
HTML.
the what is it called? RCA, root cause and that. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, okay. And then we're going to sci.visit.
Yes.
Okay. How do I, so I'm going to need to like start a little server for this?
No. I
No?
don't think. I think you can do, let me see your project structure. What do you have this?
I just put it right at the root.
Do a slash. I think that'll work.
Ooh. Just like that?
Boom, like that. We'll see, but I think that works.
Blow my mind. Okay, and then we're gonna do side.eyes. I forgot this one.
Check window.
Check window. Okay, and that's it, right? Like that's the whole thing.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yay,
I'm gonna go
Jason.
back out here. Now I have an HTML spec, and it just auto reloaded. I didn't have to stop or restart. I just hit the button. It just works. Jesus. Oh my God, that is. So... I had no idea you could just load straight. I thought you had to like start a server. I would have over-engineered this so many different ways. Okay.
Holy buckets! Did that just work?
Okay. So we've got. Now I should see here if I reload.
Test. Yes.
Here's our HTML test. Click on it. All right. So that's a mess. I made a big old mess.
That's okay.
What do I even do with this? All right. So let's. Oh, but this is a good point. So I wrote bad HTML, right? So now I'm gonna go fix it. Wow.
Why did you have that twice? What is this?
How did that even happen? You know what? It's okay. We just we fix it and we move on. So I save it.
And change your border too. Let's get some colors and stuff in here too.
Okay. All right. So let's make this border like 10 pixels. And what's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Here's the stampede.
Oh, here's the stampede.
Oh, I need to animate that. I need to like corner Chris and make him animate that bearded corgi. Okay, so I've made the changes. We have it's now going to be a 10 pixel border. It's yellow, and we removed the mangled part so that it should be like fixed, right?
Yeah, there should be a very different page now, right?
Okay, and so I need to go
back to Cypress. Say run me again.
Where was my thing?
Did you close it? Oh, there you go. So yeah. And this is
Run
so
again.
intuitive. I didn't even tell you like all this stuff. You just knew like boom, boom,
So it
boom.
just did the thing.
You right?
But it
It's
didn't.
still running. You see that timer
Oh,
up top?
here we go. Here we go. Okay, so
All
now
right.
now it ran.
Now it failed. So let's go
And
back to our dashboard.
I can see in the console, I think
Click
I
it.
might
Click
have
it.
hit the button.
Click it.
So you click it to get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go back to our dashboard.
Right. So and this would just be a link to the dashboard.
Exactly.
So I'm here, closing this,
Right.
reload,
Refresh.
unresolved. Okay, so now I'm looking in here.
Yes.
Shows.
So
I mean,
this is
we changed
exactly what I'm
everything,
talking about, right? So look at this. I can see clearly the hello chat was removed, but I'm like, why are they even hovering over this the top hello chat? Like visually, that looks the same to me, right? So let's do root cause analysis and see if it'll bring that to our attention. So it's showing you like, okay, this div has changed. Look at your CSS has changed. So now I can say, oh, okay. I go right to that wrapper in my CSS, and now I know exactly what changed.
Okay. And then if I come down here, I think there was another one. I might have to make my window bigger for this to function. But okay. So I click on this one. And now we can see it's like the text removed. And yeah, this is such cool stuff.
And look, it said like totally missing element right there. Yeah.
Yeah, this is powerful stuff.
I know, and it gets even more powerful, right?
And so now what you're saying is like I've decided this is what I want now. So I just hit the thumbs up on this.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what I want, right? My app has changed. I like it like this. You click the thumbs up.
Okay.
And you say now this part is like an auto maintenance kind of thing, because let's say if the title of your app changed, like say this was the title. You went from Jason, learn with Jason to like Twitch with Jason or something, right? And every test that you had, that title will be different. So you don't want to go through every test and like say thumbs up, thumbs up. Right. So you click it one time. This will use AI to find that difference across all of your tests, and you just save it that one time and it'll update all of them.
Oh, and that's so cool, especially when like, if you change a header or like your navigation, where it's going to be like literally every test would break because you changed your logo or something.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. That's super cool.
So say continue, and then close this. You need to save it. So you did the thumbs up, and then you see that save icon in the upper right corner, middle right corner. It's blinking at you.
Got it.
Press save on that, and now this test is passed, right?
Okay.
If it was an error, you would do thumbs down. That would fail the test. You could even like do annotations on it and mark this as like a bug or something. It could connect with Jira and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So check that out. So now I just ran the test again, and now it doesn't fail anymore.
That's right, because you have a new baseline. So when you did that thumbs up, it replaced your baseline image.
Beautiful.
With the new one.
That is absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is the sort of stuff that like I dreamed about this when I worked at IBM, right? Because we always had and there's so many things. There are tiny little things that can cause unexpected breakages. Like we had, for example, an internal design system. And that came with predefined colors that met the IBM color spec. And then we're working on UIs, and those UIs would use color variables. And so like at some point, something would need to change. So we changed one of those color variables, but we wouldn't realize that some other page had used that same variable. And now like the whole page is pink or something. And so being able to have that level of confidence that we opened every page and we made sure that only the pages we expected to change actually changed.
Right.
So like, if that was literally all we did, where we just looked at it and we were like, okay, open every page in the site. Did it change? And then I go and I make changes to the account dashboard, and it shows me that the legal page changed. Now we don't find that out 3 months later when somebody emails us and is like, hey, did you mean to make this whole page like pink, bright red for whatever reason? That's so cool. That's such a powerful thing.
To that same extent, this also works with like storybook components and stuff like this, right? So you
Yeah.
could also like run it against that without having to like load your whole app, and
So
it works
good.
like that too. Yeah. Now this is like a basic use case. This tool, Applitools, is so powerful. You can do things like on more complicated apps, you can ignore certain parts of them.
Okay.
Like say, for example, you have like a timestamp or something that's going to change like every time, an advertisement or something. You can go ahead and click one of those images. You can do it like on the dashboard, or you can do it programmatically. So you see those annotations in the toolbar?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the very last one, if you click on the little arrow beside it, what do you call this? A caret? The caret next to it.
Yeah.
Okay, click that. So you can do like all of these different regions. One is ignore, like I can ignore certain regions of this. I can, if there's something that floats, like maybe it could like shift a little bit depending on other context of the page. You could do that. You could do strict is by default, so that's what we've been using.
Yeah.
The next one is content. So what if I only care about the content? I don't care about the colors. Like for example, what if like my app does random colors sometimes on things or something?
Or like user defined styles or something like that.
Profiles and stuff like this, right? So I can say I don't care about the colors. Basically go colorblind here and just verify the content.
Okay.
And then this one is like probably my favorite. Well, not my favorite. It's just so good. Like I just think this one is great. It's a layout one for dynamic content. So let's say you had something like
the Twitter homepage.
The Twitter, we use this at Twitter. So we use this one. Like we didn't know what tweets were going to be there, but the structure should be like this, right?
Yeah.
And so this will use AI to basically determine like what's the pattern of your site, and then make sure on every regression run that your stuff is still in that pattern, so you're not like bleeding off or doing anything. So like news sites, Twitter, stuff like that, use that move. That's
super cool. Now, is there so one thing that I would love about this is like, so let's say I'm using this for open source, right? Like I build a website and I want to hook this up to my CI, so I'm going to run it as part of my Netlify build, right? So I set up my Cypress test. I've got Applitools going, and Netlify builds and runs a test. Is there a way that I can like have my collaborators on the project be able to see what went wrong? Like, what kind of integrations do you have? Yeah, so we have like this team concept. Okay. So you can add other people to your team, and then they can see this dashboard and they can come in. Also, when you under the annotation, you can mark anything as like a bug, and you can even assign it to people too. Oh, okay, you got to upgrade for that piece. But you can assign the bug to like different people on your team. So I can say, Jason, I know this was your raggedy CSS. Get in here and fix it. And it integrates with Slack as well. And so like you can have this like come right to Slack and show you the picture. Like, yeah, we know this was Jason's. Oh, and that's amazing. Yeah, that's perfect. Also, chat, it did not go unnoticed that when Angie called my CSS raggedy, that none of you spoke up on my behalf. Come on. They've watched me I've written a lot of CSS in front of these people too. Like I'm feeling a little called out right now.
Okay, so let me blow your mind one more time.
I don't know if I can handle it. Hold on. Okay, I'm ready.
Let's go back to the code.
All right, we're back in the code.
I don't know which test you want to do this in. It doesn't matter. Pick one. If you want to do to-do or you want to do your
let's play in here. We've got total control.
He's feeling very proud. Okay. All right. So let's go back to our test, the HTML spec.js. Okay. All right. So you see on line 6, we said like, okay, I want my browser to be this width. I want my browser to be this height. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cypress. One thing that developers don't love about Cypress, like, is it only works on Chrome.
Yes. Right. That's
So if I
that's
need
been a
to
challenge.
test my app like on other browsers, then I'm like kind of out of luck. Except Applitools will allow you to test across all of the browsers. Well, not all of them, but multiple browsers and mobile views. So now with Applitools, you made your Cypress test cross-platform test. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let me let's see if on the go back to the Cypress tutorial on Applitools. I think they might.
Cypress
Oh,
tutorial.
they might not. Do they?
Tool here.
No. Yeah. Okay, if you click on number, are we under? Yeah,
Well, it looks
right
like I'm.
there, right
Yeah,
there,
it
right
showed
there.
me one
You
in here.
boom, right there. Okay, so you can grab this. So you can do like, not like copy that one.
This one
copy
here?
like yeah. So you want 4 and 5, and then go to the next picture after you paste this and get that next one too.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop this in here, and then you wanted this one as
Boom.
well.
Yeah, let's get that guy too.
Okay.
All right, so now I have Firefox, I have Chrome. It also supports IE, and Safari is coming soon. If not there already, I don't know if it's there, so let's not play with that. But so the devices, you could say iPhone, you could do like landscape and portrait mode. So now you have like all of this support, and you don't have to write any more tests, and you can do as many of these as you want to, right? And it'll capture them all. Now I think okay, let's try it out. If it doesn't work, that means this is not on the free account, but let's try it out. Okay.
It ran.
All right.
It worked.
Okay, let's go to the
Okay.
dashboard.
Let's
Let's
go
see what
back.
happens.
Let's look.
Look
Okay.
at that beautifulness. Okay. Yes, look at that.
Oh,
All
that
right,
is
so
wonderful.
your app like doesn't have different stuff, but if it did, like you would be able to see like the different views based on what configuration you're using, and you get all it. And notice how quickly that ran. It would have ran like the same amount of time if we put 100 of these different configurations, because this is like really doing magic here. What's it doing?
I'm gonna put this in the to do just so we can actually see it do the thing, because mine
right.
doesn't have enough features.
I don't think this one does either, but go for it.
We should at least be able to see that it went mobile, right? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Let's go back to do. There we go. There we go. Okay, it's doing the thing. Yeah, and so we just ran 3 browser tests, and we're under 10 seconds for all the testing plus the browser.
That's like unheard of, especially with UI tests. UI tests are slow. So you have the speed of Cypress, and then you have the power of Applitools. So these look the same too. If we really want to see it,
I think it's because we like manually set the viewports here. I don't know.
No. It's fine, because that iPhone one, it just picked like what should it do for iPhone or whatever.
Oh, we landscaped it too.
But I have a Netlify site if you want to use that one.
Yeah, I do want to. I do.
All right, make another. Well,
we got time. I can
okay,
talk this over.
All right, make another one.
All right, what do you want to call this one?
Bookstore.
Bookstore.spec.js. I'm gonna take this one, and we'll just start from there.
Yep. And instead of that visit, mine is, and check it in the browser, make sure I don't tell you wrong, but it's automationbookstore.dev.
Is it like dash
bookstore?
Or?
No, all together.
Dev.
Yeah. Does that work? Okay, yeah, that's my baby.
All right.
Okay, copy that.
Drop this, and then we don't need to test this anymore.
We don't need to do all of that. We do the check window. Did you put the browser stuff? Okay, great.
Yeah, got the browser stuff.
All right, great. All right, now let's run this one.
Okay, so I'm coming in here, going to the bookstore. Here we go.
Mm-mm-mm. Now notice nothing's changing on this piece, on the view that you see here. Let me tell you how this is working under the covers for my geeks online. So what this is going to do is grab the application, the state of it, right? So let's say I did actions like I filtered this and I, had certain books here. It's going to grab that state, all of the so the DOM and all of the assets that go with it, CSS, JavaScript files, everything, grab that. And then it's going to blast that across all of those configurations that I stated, right? Why is this failing? See what's going on.
Says it diffs. Oh, I think because we named it the same thing.
Oh, yeah. So, okay, it's doing what it's supposed to do.
That would make sense. It helped.
And change that test name too. All right, great. Okay, and now let's give it a go. Okay, good. It's working like it didn't do work. Okay, so yeah,
working as intended.
It's blasted across all of these different configurations. So I don't need these devices. I don't need these browsers. This stuff is happening in the cloud and it's able to run so fast because it's not executing those steps over and over again. It is only, only like just putting it there and then doing the test, putting it in the state that it needs to be.
And so check this out. So we see here's the 800 by 600. So we get the 3 across. On the 1024, we get 4 across. On the iPhone portrait, thank you for the typo check, Dr. Payne. We end up with the portrait view here, and so it's gone vertical stacked. This is, I know that like it probably seems like a lot of times I'm just telling people like, oh, you're my guest, I'm gonna be really nice to you. This is legitimately blowing my mind. Like I was like, oh, this is going to be like a fun thing about testing. I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe I have been sleeping on this. Like, this is so cool.
Right. And there's so many visual bugs, Jason, that we miss in our traditional test code. Like, we think like, oh, this is like a nice to have in case something goes wrong, but my app is pretty stable. I'm gonna tell you, like, I see these visual bugs all the time now that I know the look for them, and you do too. You just don't classify them as visual bugs, but like when we're on our phone, this is a common one. Like you go to type something and the keyboard comes up a little bit and it's like covering the field that you were wanting to type, like stuff like that, right? Yeah. These are things that will get missed with your traditional testing because you're still able to like interact with that element and stuff, so nobody ever realizes like this thing is wrong. So this really helps catch like all of those kind of weird, annoying bugs, and even the big ones. Like I have a deck that shows like all of the big top tech companies and their visual bugs as well. So this happens to everybody, big, small, or whatever. So it's a really cool, what I love like the whole visual aspect of it, but what I love the most is that I don't have to write as much code and I don't have to think about like every single assertion that I need to make,
Okay, so and let's just talk for a second, because to load the Cypress type definitions, load an environment variable file, to get like all of our test setup and teardown, we're looking at less than 30 lines of code.
Yep.
What the hell? Like how, why? I don't know. I'm blown away. I feel like I've wasted a lot of time writing very complicated tests. This is very, very cool. Like
right. And let's look at the test there. It's like do your action, boom, 1 line of code, check it. Boom. And so think about how much faster you can write your test now. Like whatever test I need to do, do my action, then boom, assertion, boom, assertion, boom. It's just like way faster now.
Yeah. And so we're running a little short on time. So before I start doing the outro thing, is there anything that anything that we didn't cover that you want to make sure we show off?
No, we covered pretty much everything I wanted to show. Like I mentioned, Applitools is very powerful, so there's lots of other ways you can play with this. I do have a free course on Test Automation University. So if you wanted to like look at what else you might be able to do with this, or how do you change those match levels programmatically to say like, oh, I want to do dynamic content, or I want to do just, oh, I don't think I told you can check like one specific element or one area of the page. You don't have to check the entire page. So
And that
all
was
of
with
those,
this thing, right? Like I can just draw
you can
like,
do
oh, I
that
only
and
want to check this thing.
yeah, or you can do it in the code, which is much better for things like say you're doing mobile testing and like the top status bar is something you always want to ignore. So instead of doing that with every picture every time, programmatically in your before or whatever, you can say always ignore this piece, right?
Yeah.
Or only check this specific book on here. I don't care about everything else or whatever.
Yeah. Really, really, really cool stuff. And then
Thank you.
there was a question about the pricing model. So the account that I created, am I on a free trial, or
No,
is like
this
all the
is a
features that
forever
we
free.
tested? If I was able to do it today, it's stuff that you will be able to do forever if you
Exactly.
sign up for Applitools.
So you all saw Jason make his account. I didn't like go on the back end and give him any special privileges. So everything that he was able to do here today, you can do. There is like a limited number of checks per month though. Like I think it's 100 or 200, something like that. If you needed more than that, then you could like upgrade, right? 100. Okay, so yeah, free forever, 100 checks a month, and one user. If you wanted to do the team thing, if you wanted more, you could like contact them to upgrade. I don't know prices. I stay out of sales and marketing and all that stuff very intentionally. So I don't know how much it costs. So you would have to like contact somebody to be able to get those prices. But a lot of the stuff you can do on the free account. And Jason, you mentioned like open source. If you have an open source project, I upgrade those from 100 to like 5,000 checks a month or something like that.
Awesome.
So I give more to people who are using it for open source projects. So you would just like hit me up and I'll get that set up for you.
I love it. Angie, I mean, I think we had like 4 moments where I wanted to fall out of my chair today. So I feel like we've done an excellent job of getting me sold on it. It sounds like the chat is pretty excited. Everybody loved you, so I think we should figure out ways to do more fun stuff in the future, because
Okay.
I'm all about this. This was so much fun. I had a blast. I hope you had fun.
I did.
Anywhere that people should go to find you online? So we've got your Twitter. Anywhere else?
Yeah, I live on Twitter, so hit me there. And then you see like in my bio, scroll down a little bit, I have my website right there. So if you want like more articles and stuff on like test automation strategies and techniques, then here's my blog post.
Excellent. Angie, thank you so much for coming on the show today. This was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me, Jason.
Chat, go out, write test. Stay tuned. We're going to raid. Angie, thanks again. And we will see y'all next time.
Bye, everybody.